Hey everyone, welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. In today's episode, we're going to be studying a piece by the established 3D artist known as Damian. And in this episode, we're going to be looking at this immense sense of scale. We're also going to explore what it means to be lost. So let's jump right into it. So whenever you first see this work, we're met with this lone subject silhouette set against a vast nebula. Your first impression is likely one of shock or awe due to an incredibly dramatic introduction. And so we see our subject's placement is slightly off-center here. Of course, the perfect center would be right here. This kind of, makes us wonder and even invites the viewer to interact with the canvas a bit deeper. We also see form defined through a dark and light contrast, like I said, that silhouette there. And so colors within this work largely consist of a diverse range of tones upon a purplish-blue base. This gives us a little bit of visual energy while offering a dynamic visual experience due to the diverse range of tones here. And so there's really no doubt that, without this nebulaic light there, we wouldn't really know what's going on. It is an incredibly dark scene. All we have is that nebulaic light. There is no doubt about that. This really concentrates that visual energy, of course. Pretty much no energy around here in the darker regions, but all of that is concentrated within the nebula. So with this in mind, what do y'all think is happening here? I think that's a pretty important question. But regardless of that, there is no doubt that we are in space here. And the nature of space is quite relentless, right? It is a vacuum. It is a void. It threatens us at every turn. There is no doubt about that. And so within this work, we see this lone subject, who appears to be falling in space of some kind or another. Of course, the posture is quite reminiscent of someone just kind of letting go of it all. And the title of this work, as Lost, gives us the true symbolic meaning behind the work at hand. When you feel lost, you may be so mentally, spiritually, or even, lost in your own thoughts. And with that in mind, we see this vast nebula, right, that gives us an incredible sense of scale. It just dwarfs the viewer. There is no doubt about that. And the artist actually created this with its sense of refraction, so we have that kind of crystalline charm, if you will. It's just absolutely stunning. And the artist was drawing a metaphor between the size and grand scale of the nebula in comparison to the vast realm of our thoughts. So you can feel like you're lost in your thoughts at times. And of course, that is very vast, and our heads can be very vast as well. So many thoughts from the positive to the negative can overwhelm us at every turn. And yet inherent within the idea of being lost is the search, right? You are searching for the discovery. You're searching to be found so that you are no longer lost. And that always is a sense of hope, if you will, and of course, something to hold on to so that you may ultimately prevail. With this in mind, of course, rediscover yourself, go back to your childhood, go back to those early memories, and ask yourself, how will you find yourself during the darkest of times? I think that's an incredibly important question here. So this is a really profound piece. There is no doubt about that. The work before us is a digital rendering, so it was created with a digital rendering program. That program is going to be Cinema 4D, a very professional program, no doubt. I know a lot of pros who are using Cinema 4D, so if you're someone who creates 3D art in something like Blender, if you want to take your renders, your 3D art to the next level, I would certainly suggest checking out Cinema 4D to at least see what it's all about. Of course, familiarity is a big thing with artists, so if you find Cinema 4D not very comparable to Blender, then of course always make the transition as you see fit. So really hope y'all enjoyed today. We talked about so many different things, from of course feeling lost as the title of this work, all the way to the vast realm and the relentless realm of space. We talked about the impact of light, color, this concentrated visual energy, and of course rediscovering yourself when you do feel lost. So really hope y'all enjoyed today. If y'all enjoyed today's episode, make sure to check out the original artist Damian, doing a lot of different stuff in the world of 3D art. I know for sure recently he's been doing a lot of the geometric works, which personally I love. I love geometric art. So like I said, if y'all enjoyed today's episode, make sure to check out the original artist. My name is Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.